The morning rush at Sunshine Diner buzzed with activity as Mildred Thompson adjusted her worn apron. At 28, she'd been waiting tables for 10 years while taking night classes in nursing, stretching every dollar between rent, her mother's medication, and textbooks. The elderly man at table 7 caught her attention. His oxygen tank stood beside him, hands trembling as he struggled with his breakfast. Dr. Robert Hayes, though Mildred didn't know his name yet, sat alone with frustration building in his eyes. "Sir, would you like some help with that?" Mildred approached, noticing his difficulty cutting the pancakes. He looked up, a mix of embarrassment and relief crossing his face. "I hate to trouble you. These hands aren't what they used to be." "No trouble at all," Mildred smiled, taking his plate. As she cut his pancakes into bite-sized pieces, she chatted about the weather, careful to maintain his dignity. She noticed his medical journal and asked about it, revealing her own interest in healthcare. "Are you in school?" he asked, noting her knowledge of medical terms. "Taking night classes for nursing," Mildred admitted. "Been my dream since I helped care for my father before he passed. It's slow going, but I'll get there someday." What Mildred didn't know was that Dr. Hayes had been dean of the local medical school for 30 years before retiring. Now, battling early-stage Parkinson's, he'd been quietly observing the diner staff while coming to terms with his condition. Over the next few weeks, Dr. Hayes became a regular customer, always requesting Mildred's section. He watched how she handled the morning rush, helping elderly couples read menus, making sure children's food was cut safely, remembering everyone's dietary restrictions. Between serving customers, Mildred would study her medical textbooks at the counter. Dr. Hayes noticed how she highlighted key passages, even when her eyes were heavy with exhaustion. One particularly busy morning, an elderly woman with a walker struggled at the entrance. Mildred immediately rushed to help, guiding her to a table and ensuring she was comfortable before taking her order. "You have a gift, doctor," Hayes commented when Mildred refilled his coffee. "Not everyone sees people the way you do." Mildred shrugged. "My mom always said dignity doesn't cost anything to give." That weekend, Dr. Hayes arrived with a leather portfolio. "Mildred, could you sit for a moment?" She glanced at the busy diner, but her manager nodded approval. "I've been watching how you care for people, doctor," Hayes began. "It reminds me of our best nursing students, the ones who understand that healthcare is about dignity as much as medicine." He opened the portfolio, revealing letterhead from Hayes Medical Center. "I've established a scholarship fund for aspiring healthcare workers who demonstrate exceptional compassion. You're exactly the kind of person we're looking for." Mildred's hands trembled as she read the scholarship offer. Full tuition for nursing school, plus a living stipend. "But why me?" she whispered, tears forming. "Because you didn't just help an old man cut his breakfast. You preserved his dignity. You showed me that even as my hands fail, I still have value. That's the essence of healthcare." The scholarship changed everything. Mildred could finally attend nursing school full-time, while working part-time at the diner. Dr. Hayes became her mentor, sharing wisdom from his years in medicine. 1 year later, at her nursing school pinning ceremony, Dr. Hayes sat in the front row. His hands still trembled, but his eyes shone with pride as Mildred received her pins. "Remember," he said at the celebration dinner, "you didn't earn this because you helped cut my pancakes. You earned it because of how you helped, with kindness, respect, and dignity." Today, Nurse Mildred Thompson works in geriatric care, where she teaches new nurses that the smallest acts of kindness can make the biggest difference in patient care. She still visits the diner, now sitting on the customer's side of the counter, sharing breakfast and wisdom with Dr. Hayes. In her office hangs a simple plaque. "Dignity is the greatest medicine we can offer another human being." Because sometimes the simplest acts of kindness can open unexpected doors. Sometimes preserving someone's dignity can lead to achieving your own dreams. And sometimes, the people we help end up helping us in ways we never imagined. If this story touched your heart, Remember to subscribe to Moments That Matter for more stories that remind us how compassion can change lives. Because every moment matters, and every act of kindness has the power to transform both the giver and receiver. Remember, true healthcare begins with the heart, and dignity is the greatest medicine we can offer another human being.